You're seeing a lot of information being passed around about the shooter and this details, this manifesto, and blah, 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 blah. And then we have this story coming from Rolling Stones themselves. The Buffalo shooter isn't a lone wolf. He's actually a mainstream Republican. The right-wing extremists who control the modern GOP are gripped by racist delusion. The shooter is just the latest act on it. And my thoughts to you is this: don't be like these people. You're seeing a lot of people on the left and the right saying, this is your guy. Actually, if you read the manifesto, which I have, he's actually a left wing, and actually, he's a right wing extremist. Actually. Don't be like these people. This man is an evil, crazy lunatic. Period. All these people try to put people in these little boxes so they feel safer. Or they're saying like, oh, well, if we just get rid of people like Tucker Carlson, he'll be safe. Because they're saying like Tucker Carlson has something to do with this. It's the same thing people do with like video games. Oh, this guy played Call of Duty. Therefore, it radicalized him to be like this. This man listened to Marilyn Manson back in the 90s. Oh my God. And this is the reason why he acted this way. People will have a reason to do anything in today's world. People try to put people in boxes. People try to find out the reason why because they don't have a category in their head for evil. This is what happens when you don't know when you see evil in his face and you go, I don't know what to do with this. Is he a Republican or is he a liberal? Instead of, no, this guy was just an evil prick, period. Don't be like these people. It's the same thing people do if a guy turns out to be a murderer and actually he went to one MAGA rally, and therefore he's a MAGA Republican, and Donald Trump is the one that radicalized this individual or some crap. You can listen to Bernie Sanders, you can listen to Obama, you can listen to Biden, you can be a staunch Biden lover, if you will, and still do horrible acts. We all have the capacity to be evil human beings, and this is a perfect example of it. But why does this get more attention than other things like the church shooting over the weekend or Milwaukee or Waukesha, I keep saying Waukesha Christmas parade? Why didn't Biden go there? Because politicians will always choose something that benefits their political gain over you and my knowing the truth, or you and I getting down to what actually needs to happen to stop some of these things. Or will they ever be stopped? Because that's another argument to be had is evil will always persist. People will find an excuse to be evil. They'll make up any manifesto. They'll make up any stupid thing to do things. But in deep down in reality, it's pure evil in its face. And you can't stop it. You can create as many crime laws as you want. As I just saw Lori Lightfoot come out and said that she's going to be enabling a curfew for unaccompanied minors after 10 p.m. now. Oh yeah, that'll stop all the crime in your city, Lori. You're doing a hell of a job over there in Chicago. Chicago residents absolutely love what you have going on. As a former Chicagoan myself, and the reason why I left the city because of how horribly managed and ran it was. It's a great city, beautiful, decent people. Of course, it gets overblown out due to the intense crime that happened. They don't care about the crime. They see this as an opportunity to change a narrative or to help them stay in power. That's all they care about. Change my mind because I don't see it happening. And stuff like this from Rolling Stone, the Buffalo shooter isn't a lone wolf. He's a mainstream Republican. When in the manifesto himself, he says, I'm not a conservative. So, but again, I'm not here to say he was radicalized by Vaush on the left or whatever person on the left that they listen to. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to be like another podcast or a stupid corporate media source that's just trying to put the blame to something because it fits my narrative. Therefore, I'm going to make it work. No, this guy's a psychopath, crazy lunatic that needed immense mental help. And he's a racist. He's a devout racist. So what are you going to do with that? You think enabling more laws will stop evil from happening? No, it just makes evil that much worse because then the people without the capacity to defend themselves will become harder and it becomes easier targets. What are your thoughts on all this? Because when I woke up this morning and I was looking through the news, as always, when I'm trying to figure out what to actually talk about for the day, I come across crap like this and I'm just like, it's so disingenuous and just the reason why you and I are so off our rockers when it comes to political stuff, when it comes to the news, that people are so on edge because we're not going to have a real conversation about, man, you know what? This guy was a psychopath. This guy was an evil individual. He's not a Tucker Carlson guy, as people are trying to say, or a Vaush guy, or a guy on the left wing or right wing. When you are an evil individual committing evil acts like this, pure evil, you will find a reason to do it. And you can make up any manifesto you want. They might even find this guy has a MAGA hat on at some point, or maybe a Biden hat at some point. And then the left and the right will start pointing each other's fingers at each other like, see, it's your guy. It's not our guy. You're the problem, not us. And that's what they always want to do, as opposed to just being honest about this conversation of like, wow, this was a racist, evil prick. I mean, please help me understand why the media continues to do stuff like this. Is it because people actually believe it? Or is it because they have more nefarious, evil thoughts about what this country is and how they enjoy separating us as individuals and putting us in different camps so that we are mad at each other, so they continue to get more clicks and people that they like continue to stay in power? Please let me know your thoughts on this, because it just honestly makes me angry. It pisses me off, because when you see something that's pure evil, they always want to find a motive, and then they make that motive to be the sole reason, as opposed to just an evil human being that was also apparently on the FBI watch list. Things are happening in this world, and it's insane that Biden decides that this is the issue to step up for, which would tell you everything about how it fits their narrative, as opposed to other things going on in the world. Like, you don't see him showing up in Chicago every weekend for the young boys and girls who are getting shot weekly. You don't see that. They don't care. So this idea that Joe is just like a stand-up human being, he's an uncle you can get ice cream with on the weekends, just a decent dude, and he's standing up for violence. Bull crap. The only reason he's speaking up against this because it fits their narrative and it fits their ideology. And until people start to realize that more, we will never get closer together as human beings. We will never grow closer together as honest Americans. We're going to continue to stay separated. The more people keep believing crap like this, of like, this person is this, therefore he acts this way. It's just like what people do. If you voted for Trump, therefore all these things mean the same. Like, you're a QAnon, you're all these, like, you fill in the blank. You are this, as opposed to, you know what? This person just enjoyed what that person said more. Don't put people in camps like the media does, politicians do, in order for you to have an enemy class that you can point your finger at and say you're the problem, as opposed to pointing the finger at the politicians themselves. Let me know your thoughts on this. I hope you have a fantastic day. I freaking love you. Share this on social media platforms. Let them know about the Derek O'Shea Show. We are doing things here, people. I freaking love you. Bye-bye.